Uh, Welcome to our webinar series today. My name is Frederick and I will be your MC host for this afternoon's webinar. Let me just do some housekeeping to try. Okay, let me just, one of our speakers is actually here, Mr. Sunil. Mr. Sunil, can you hear my audio? Are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you very well. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
How about Martin? Martin?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
very well too.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
actually have here our two speakers. For the rest of our guests, okay, we have quite a crowd now and people are starting to come in. Okay, for our guests, you can actually turn off your video. For our guests, you can turn off your videos and you can also mute your microphones. So later, at the later stage of our session, you can actually turn it on again for our Q&A. So right now, I think the important video that we should see is actually our speakers. Okay, I think my audio is quite clear. Okay, we can actually start now. To officially start, let me just show you some of my few slides that we have here. Okay, today is actually July 15. Okay, 3 to 4 p.m. We're actually going to have a webinar on two topics. So first thing is a robotics gripper, and the other is protocol gateway controller. So this is made easy. Okay, for our robotics gripper, we're going to have Mr. Sunil Raibagi from Zimmer Group. And for our protocol gateway controller, we will be having Mr. Martin Lui from Red Lion Controls. So we are very fortunate today to have these very resourceful speakers. Yeah. Aside to today's topic, we just like also to promote our new product, which is actually a virus killing or eliminating robot. So it's actually a UV light mounted on an AGV. It goes around your area of your office, and obviously it does the disinfection of the virus. So it has automatic charging, voice alarm, wireless transmissions, and some thermal cameras. So I have actually played the video just now, but if you could just allow me to play it again, it's just a short video for the benefit of those who have not seen it yet. Let me just play for a while. Okay, let me just play again our new product.
Against COVID-19 virus. Introducing UiBot, an anti-epidemic robot. Disinfecting your office during after-office hours without the need for any human supervision.
This is actually our actual office.
Scanning temperature of employees during office hours. With 6 UV lamps, and a UV power of 180 watts, UiBot does a 360 degrees omnidirectional irradiation. Using shortwave UVC, UiBot is capable of destroying viruses, DNA and RNA in just minutes. Contacts us for more information.
Okay, so that was actually our new product. If you want to see the actual product physically, we actually have it in our office, and you can arrange with us a visitation. Okay, just to also talk about our company, we are actually TDS Technology Group. So these are actually the brands that we carry. We have PLCs from Beckhoff, GE, Mitsubishi, and we have touchscreen from Hako. Also, we have gateways from Red Lion, And then we also have our robot products, robot itself by ABB, UR, and then the end effectors from Zimmer. Okay, so these are actually the brands that we carry. And recently, just now you saw the video of UiBot, which is the virus eliminating AGV product. Okay, so just in case you miss out on our videos, we actually have it on our YouTube channel. You can just click to subscribe. Okay, and by the way, we actually are having this webinar weekly, and next week, okay, the one of our guests from UiBot is actually going to talk about virus eliminating robot, and also one of our partners in HMS is going to talk about wireless technologies, because nowadays, you know, to implement automation solutions using cables is quite difficult and challenging. Like for AGVs also, wherein you link client and servers, LAN connections are very difficult to implement in some factory areas. So a reliable wireless system would actually be helpful for that. So you can attend again next week, mark your calendars to learn more about these technologies. Okay, so much for my intro. We can actually now start to call our first speaker, Mr. Sunil Raibagi, our first speaker to talk about end-of-arm tooling.
Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Yeah. Okay, I start sharing my screen now. Yeah.
Yep.
Can you see it?
For my side, I can see.
Yeah. Okay. So my topic today is selecting right grippers to your applications. And normally the grippers is typically is not only the gripper, but it does a lot of action. So we call end of arm tooling. And the Zimmer group is a pioneer in the developing grippers and a lot of end of arm toolings. And I will take you through in next 22 minutes. Just to give you the idea is, you know, the Zimmer group was started in 1980. Then the Sommer Automatic, which was a gripper company, joined the group. Then we started making spindles, and then a lot of other companies joined in, and we all together bring it together in 2014, and we called, or rather 2013 end, we call it as a know-how factory, and we call a Zimmer group. Zimmer group is, you can see from, is a foundation of the grippers. In 1980s, we developed first a gripper as a package and started supplying to the market. And slowly we started growing. In 1990 and 2000, we developed a lot of our damping and clamping products. And from 2005, we developed our electrical grippers and IoT grippers. And you see, we are growing them very fast. It's now almost 150 million euro company. We are 1,200 employees, and we are a builder of mechatronics products. Our main factories are in Germany. Here you see the Ettlingen, Germany, our sales and engineering office. Then the rest three are the factories where we produce the equipment. We are present in more than 50 countries, and the representation is there, and a lot of engineering and sales support services are there, and there are several customers who are using our equipment. So I start my presentation now. Okay. So one of the participants has to switch off the mic, yeah, because it's becoming a background mic out of this. My request to switch off the mic and the video from the.
Okay, may we request all our guests to mute and turn off their videos?
Yeah, thank you very much. Now you see a picture of our all technology areas. So we have total 5 technology areas we call handling technology, which is basically nothing but the grippers and intelligent grippers. clamping technology, that is the shock observers and industrial shock observers. Of course, we also offer shock observers for furniture industry or for human bone replications and all. But this is a very high-end technology we have. Then clamping technology, that's a linear technology for clamping linear and as well as the rotary units. To make these all technologies, we need a lot of processes, and we have created our own technology group which makes using the MIM, and this is called process technology. We do a lot of spindles, aggregates, and zero clamping system for machine tools, and all together put in a package, as you see at the end, is called system technology. And system technology is nothing but an end-of-arm tooling, and this end-of-arm tooling we build in our system technology division. So when you are buying end-of-arm tooling, what is needed? You are as an integrator or a buyer or OEM, basically you need this as a package. It must be ready for connections, means you bring a commodity like robot or a manipulator or a gantry, and you just plug and place it or bolt it down and connect for your connection. That we call ready for connections. This really reduces your concept to realization time, and normally you buy EOTA because you are a robot manufacturer and you cannot have the experiences in different industries, different applications, and different things. So if you buy ready to connect and proven end-of-arm tooling, you are sure for your project. You normally need to buy this from experience because every part is different, every process is different, every action is different. And if you want to build in a real short time for the guaranteed cost and functionality, you must need an experienced guy who has handled different products. So, handling every product is different. You see in this picture, you have the engine block, you have tire, you have a motor casing for the electric vehicle, you see apples, you see the construction equipment or the boxes. So, this experience, you cannot get it overnight. And if you want to work in a variety of industry as an integrator, you can buy end-of-arm tooling. Then very important thing is that a lot of maintenance cycles. MTTV is important. And, if you have the right elements and right experience, then only you can build a maintenance-free cycles. Otherwise, your robot or your other things are very good, but your end-of-arm tooling is failing, and then the process stops. Then many times you are changing the product because you are not doing the same thing because your robot is same, but you are today you are packing mangoes, tomorrow you will packing bananas, and day after tomorrow you are packing apples. Then your changeover time must be short. So flexibility in a production line is very important. Your gripper weight decides your robot weight, and that decides your capital. And that means if you have optimal robot size and short cycle times, your robot, your end-of-arm tooling should be lightweight. And today, you are not only picking and placing, you are gauging, measuring, sensing, handling a lot of things, and that needs to enhance your productivity. So when you are selecting your end-of-arm tooling, you have to find out exactly what you need. Our system technology group, we have a lot of know-how, and we can put it to your advantages. Who can do it? It's not easy. You cannot buy an end-of-arm tooling from a job shop. It needs a lot of experience, a lot of know-how, a lot of R&D. And at Zimmer, we are a best team, and not only the team, but tools and infrastructure. Because you need sales and project team, you need a design and production team, because if you have to have 1 million cycle output, you need good machines, you need good quality controls, and you need a lot of production experience behind, material experience behind, and good assembly and service. This basically is very important because your customer, the sales and project management team is very important, as they are ambassador of your customer. They discuss the project and translate this to the functioning teams. And it's very important at the end, validate and prove the project at your place. Because unless you have the tools and the possibility to validate the project, it is not possible to prove it on site directly. There are now a lot of modern drafting and simulation tools which boost the concept and optimization. These tools are expensive and it's not possible to buy a lot of tools. But when a company like us who is doing many projects together, we can definitely afford it, and there's a very low cost coming of these tools on your components. And this is very, very important. You can see in the center our R&D center and assembly and proving hall. So it's important that you buy from the known table, who has the experience and who has a good way of expressing your needs into functional applications. It's important and it is must when you are buying end-of-arm tooling. The first thing is durability, because to ensure long life and low maintenance, your end-of-arm must be very strong and must be designed for your life cycle and should not have any issues. The second very important point is modularity, because if you have modular equipment, you can put them together and then you can easily adjust and make changes, and then you can handle various parts. Also, the third important thing is that your end-of-arm tooling must be lightweight, because it's not only the product, but product plus end-of-arm tooling is together weight comes on the robot. And then probably you can go 1 or 2 size robot less, or you can do it faster, or you can have a less maintenance because it is less weight, the wear and tear is less. So lightweight is also very important. It must be very rigid, because if it is shaking or handling, then it will not place the component at the right place. So end-of-arm tool must be very rigid for the precision placement and securing the material safety. The uptimes, the end effector uptime decides the uptime of the line, because line can be very, very long, and one small end effector is down, it can be whole line can be down, a lot of investment cannot be working. So it's very important that it is available and more than 98% uptime. 2% I keep it for maintenance and regular service, and 10 million cycles MTBF time is very, very important. Serviceability is another factor, because quick delivery and components and spares is very important, because the wear parts and consumables must be replaced on time and they must be available at your frame. We call this as a key characteristics, and every product we supply has checked for all these 6 characteristics. Then next important point is which process and which technology. You have different processes, and optimizing your process is your job. The more you optimize your process, you save money on a product, and hence you become more competitive. So which process you are looking at, basically, that is very important. It could be an assembly, it could be a different process like heating, turning, transferring, growing, whatever. The automation and which technologies, nowadays you saw the AGV moving with UV light. Here it's still moving with a robot and the parts and loading onto the machines, and the conveyors are going. So the AGV automation, you have sometimes the gantry in a line and you are loading, unloading on a gantry parts. You are moving robots either on a track motion or on a AGVs, and the robotic automation and a simple floor automation, pick and place and everything. So you must require different OAT features, and you must know what is exactly is the process and which technology is used. As a Zimmer, we have solutions for all technologies. Parts, again, parts geometry, part weight, part characteristic is an important aspect. Sometimes you have to handle parts which are very, very small in micrograms, grams, or you have to handle very large parts. The picture here is for a small shaft of 100 grams, and we can handle a 1.5 ton railway beam. So, the part geometry decides the required inputs for developing the components like grippers, handlers, shock absorbers, and slides, everything for the gripper. You have to handle the parts in a cold end. You put it on the freezing temperatures, or you go in a foundry or forge and you are handling the parts in a very hot area like forging. And it's very important that you need a different characteristics of your robot as well as the end effector for handling this part. Sometimes, you are handling the very low cloth. For example, here in a picture, you can see a composite cloth picked up by the pin grippers and very uneven. This is for aerospace application, and it has to be positioned very accurately. Or we have a lot of applications now for handling currency notes. We have a lot of applications now handling cloths and cups and many things, and it's very, very fast also. We can also have to handle big structural parts like wooden planks, big roofs, fabricated constructions for the houses or bridges. So all these things, and environments are different, outside environment, inside environment, and with this, you need a different quality product. And our system technology department can handle for all parts and all environments. The last but least, you must have connectivity and Industry 4 ready systems. It means, you must be able to visually look and do the compensations. You must look at the simulations and correct online. You must be able to diagnose remotely. Sometimes, the life is coming, life is getting finished of one bearing. You must know in the 2 weeks before or 1 week before. So you procure a bearing and keep it ready when it is coming to dispatch. So you need a remote diagnostics. Sometimes your engineer is on holiday and you need expert advice. You must be able to log into the system through your mobile phone and all this stuff. So all these diagnostics are very important. You need a lot of dashboards to see whenever you are working in, and you need MMI and cloud corrections on the robots. We have done this for UR, we have done this for Yashikawa, we have done for many KUKA. So if you need also these things, we can do. You can see the on the Yashikawa control panel our characteristics and adjustment of the electrical gripper, and we can do that. And of course, we have to supply it on remote side. So are you ready in Industry 4 and are you able to supply this is a very, very important thing for your equipment. Now a little bit about us, how we are organized and how we are giving you know-how. We have created 4 teams and 4 different knowledge centers in our know-how factory, and we call this as a mobility, automation, consumer goods, and logistics. Mobility means, you have an automotive 2 or 3 wheelers, aerospace, railway, shipbuilding, and we build a complex systems for them. I will explain you in the next slides a little bit more about that. We work in automation means we work for machine tools. You see an end effector here with a lot of drills, picking, fixing, and putting it for a flank of the or furniture for the kitchen. We also supply such kind of end effectors for machinery and equipment like many other, like Sancor, plastics, and many other things. We work with robotics and automation for handling, and we work on machine tending cells. We can offer you a function package to put, if you're a machine builder, we can offer you a function package to put it on your machine so that it's not only end effector, but some slides, guides, and action things. And we have done several woodworking function sets. So this is what we call automation. In consumer goods, we handle shoes and clothing. We have worked for example, we have worked for Adidas. We have worked for the cloth industry like Victoria's Secrets and all, So there are a lot of end effectors which are working. We work for drugs and pharmaceuticals. You see here yogurt cup, food and beverage. We can handle bottles, boxes, and pails, detergents, and soap. So we can handle really a lot of consumable goods. It needs different skills because sometimes you handle one, you handle many, you have to have a pitch adjustments, a lot of things. And of course, logistic is a state of art today. You're shipping, you handle box, you handle KLT, that is corrected box, electronics, white and brown goods, and also the non-rigid parts. So this is how we have divided and did our know-how. You can see from the mobility, we are more known and we have done more projects in powertrain, drivetrain, and many automotive handling parts in machining lines. There are thousands of grippers working across the globe with top companies here. You see the names here like BMW, Audi, Daimler, Cummins, Land Rover, Honda, Nissan, Mitsubishi. So many companies. We work, if you see also here, we work with railways, we work with aerospace, and latest we are working with our battery systems, and we manufacture a lot of end-of-arm toolings for handling battery cells, battery packs, and also the electrical powertrain, EV powertrains like motors, rotors, stators, connectors, and accumulators handling. And we have a wide experience, and we can also build fixtures, flexible machinings for aerospace applications in the mobility division. In automation, as I explained you, we have built several EOAT machines. We can handle flexible parts, different parts for different industries, wood, plastic sheets. You see here that we are handling a lot of sand cores. We are handling now, this is for aerospace components, machining. Here you see on a video a unique concept developed by us, where you have the rotary tables and you have the clamp. We have a clamping technology, and you have a stationary robot with multiple EOAT, and this rotary unit is moving the parts in front of the robot. And you can have many processes done with multiple robots in these moving things, and this is very successful. This is working now. Many sales are working now in a kitchensmith and kitchen furniture production lines, in a Schuler in Germany, in the furniture lines, and you can see this is very interesting plans, and this is our standard product. We work with a lot of machine tool companies, world-renowned, and also integrators for automation. Consumer goods is in thing today, and here we can really handle any parts like tires, bottles, paints, pails, fruits, mirrors, food, beverage, whatever, or any non-food item like detergents or soaps, whatever. We have several standard components and semi-standard function units which can be used for handling any size, shapes, and speeds. We can handle any kind of container like boxes, like pouches, bags, cases, trays, plastic containers. We can do holding, gripping, twisting, box picking, or placing, box in box, stacking, row keeping means keeping everything in a row. We can do pitch adjustments, means we can pick up with the low pitches and put it on the high pitch, flipping, cutting, gluing, pressing, several actions. We can do cherry cuts. We can do harvesting, many applications performed by our EOATs. We can also offer systems like color, temperature, pressure, torque sensing, measuring, barcode reading, etc. We can handle egg, or we can handle a very large, heavy composite parts or shape controls, many things. We have worked with a lot of state-of-the-art companies like Kraft, Coke, Pepsi, Michelin, Paints, and many more. So whenever you are working for consumer goods, do contact us and look for the solutions. Logistic is in thing, and in logistic you are normally doing a palletizing, depalletizing, bin picking, sorting, pick to light, and several applications. We can handle small to heavy parts at very high speeds, high accuracies, and you can count on us for really high speed or connecting to the ERP levels, MES levels, ERP levels, or IO levels to these things. And we can use also a lot of technologies like camera, sensors, gauging, screwing for optimizing your applications, end-of-arm applications. And we can work with any kind of a manipulator like articulated robot, gantries, stacker cranes, AGVs, special human assist manipulators, or cobots. Several companies like Google, KUKA, Adidas, Kobler, they have used our system. In Google, we are really handling data sticks and doing it on AGVs and quite a high-end technologies we use. We have a lot of interesting things, and do contact us for working on this special sites. Yeah. And we have also the end effectors for cobots or TM robots or whatever. We have more than 80 employees. We design, produce, and assemble system solutions for our customers. Only for building end-of-arm tooling. Each month, up to 70 system solutions are shipped. It means, one solution can have maybe 10, 12 end effectors also, and to all customers worldwide. We have a state-of-art manufacturing facility with more than 150 machine tools, drafting simulation tools, assembly hall, and large R&D facility. We have a global network for sales and service. And the picture you see is our state-of-art machining and manufacturing facility, and the black area here is our R&D center. It's quite a long building. The picture cannot cover everything. We are present in 50 countries. We have realized more than 8,000 projects. As you see the pictures, they are all realized projects by us. So we are serving various industries. We can offer solutions for your needs, and we offer service across the globe. And our experience, 40 years experience, we can develop really innovative solutions to your needs. Apart from standard systems, if you want to develop some special systems which are not shown here or something, do contact us. We can work with you, and we can build gripper as well as a very, very complex system. As a Zimmer Group is glad to accompany and support you through your entire process, from your concept to commissioning. And now it's our 40 years this year. We are celebrating, and that's how the success story happened. Thank you very much. If you have any question, I don't know how we are taking question and answers, but if you have one or two questions, I can answer, and then we can go ahead. It's up to the organizer. Shall we do question and answers, or how it is now?
Okay, so you can actually, for our guests, you can actually type in your questions on our chat group. If you have any inquiries to Mr. Sunil, or you can also unmute now. Maybe we can entertain a few questions. You can unmute your microphone and raise your question. Okay, anyone among our guests? Okay, if there's no question up to, okay, we have a question here, Mr. Sunil.
Yeah.
Are you able to read also? I can read also. What is the max stroke for a Zimmer gripper?
Oh, you are talking about a standard gripper, or you're talking about a special system? Special system, I can do even a meter stroke. And for a gripper, we have the long stroke grippers, which can go up to 300 mm stroke, 400 mm stroke, which are the standard, we call HHT components. But when it becomes the special, we see if we are handling the railway wheels, we are also handling the railway bogie and bolsters. So there we can make a very long strokes and can handle 1 or 2 ton part also. But this is a special system, that is, and in a standard systems, you can say that we have a very long stroke grippers, and there could be around 150 to 300 mm can be longer stroke grippers. Yeah.
Okay. So hope you got that answer, Mr. Lee, one of our guests. Okay, maybe we can entertain another question. Just one more, if there's anyone on the crowd. Okay, if not, maybe you can buffer in your questions first. We hand over the presentation next to Red Lion to talk about their gateway. And Mr. Sunil will still be around, right? So so Mr. Sunil will still be around at the end of the webinar to entertain some of your questions.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sunil, for your presentation. And we have learned so much about Zimmer, of how all-encompassing it is in multi-industries. You have your product and application and experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, may we now have Mr. Martin Lui from Red Lion to open your video and your audio. Okay, Mr. Martin, you can take it away now.
Okay, just wanted to have a question asked to everyone first. Is that can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so then I shall start. So yeah, today we are going to introduce to you one of our product from Red Lion, and that is known as the FlexEdge, which is an intelligent edge automation platform. So I'll start from here, right? Sorry. Okay, I'll start from here right on. So who are we? Red Lion actually is a company that started in 1972, headquartered in York, Pennsylvania, United States of America. So we have actually 15 offices worldwide, and we manufacture most of our products from United States alone. So we have a global network of distributors, and this company, Red Lion Controls, is actually part of an industrial solutions group within Spectris Private Limited. So our holding company, Spectris, is actually listed in the London Stock Exchange, where in the year 2019, we have a sales of over 2.05 billion US dollar as of today. So a little bit more about Red Lion. Since 1972, we actually started off with sensors, and in 1974 to 1976, we actually moved from sensors to counters and panel meters. And our panel meters have been the #1 meters that is sold in United States until today. And after which, later in 1996, Red Lion actually bought a company called Paradigm Controls, where they actually added HMIs to connect multiple devices via serial or Ethernet connection to allow us to have monitoring and also control capability. And since 1996, we have been doing that even until today. And today, right, after this presentation, after this slide, we will also be talking more about this particular range of functions that we are still holding even until now. So after 1996, we actually moved on to protocol conversion in 2004, where a Data Station Plus was introduced, supporting up to 300 different industrial protocol to connect different devices and allowing them to provide data to whichever systems or even to the factories that is required from them. And in 2010, Red Lion acquired another company called Antron, which is the industrial Ethernet. And later in 2011, 6net is also acquired by Red Lion. So thus, we actually increases our family of equipments that includes also industrial Ethernet switch and also cellular machine-to-machine and also I/O and controls. So moving on from 2011, 2012, we added additional visual management equipment to our range, where we provide productivity station, allowing you to connect directly to TVs, information that is in the factory, which is like displaying the real-time KPI data and also end-on messages. And moving on in 2013 and 2016, we added our graphite range of HMI, which are modular that can be connected directly to the hardware. And it also allows us to incorporate IEC 61131 control functions to the hardware. And moving on to 2017, we actually added the IIoT into our portfolio. And today, the next product that I'm going to also talk about will also encompasses almost everything what we have mentioned earlier, but coming on with additional functions and features. So today I will move into this area on solving industry challenges, and I'll talk a little bit more about the product, which is FlexEdge. So in terms of our markets and application, we are actually looking to solve the industry challenges that's happening right now today. So the first question I think most of us will be asking, how can I actually cost effectively plan for the future, reconfiguration and modernization without scrapping existing equipment? And many a times I know that there are also equipments that are still running in the factories, And one way to go is, yes, to upgrade the hardware totally, but sometimes due to cost, they may look into some other methods or ways to improve their efficiency, or even to be able to connect without change or upgrading of their equipment. So we actually use products that give you the freedom to select the best systems to drive innovation, regardless of manufacturer, and also connect existing equipment with ease. So one good thing about our hardware is that we actually ensure compatibility with new or existing equipment. So in our hardware, we actually have a built-in support for up to over 300 industrial drivers, and it ensures equipment remains relevant for the years to come. And also at the same time, we can seamlessly integrate multi-generation and multi-vendor system, where in traditional architectures, or we should say when the devices are standalone, due to limitations, we could actually use the hardware that we have to provide a simple point and click user interface, and we bring new life to equipment because we can actually upgrade the equipment, connecting them to the existing technologies such as Ethernet or even cloud. So the next challenge that we face also is that how can I actually streamline my process without introducing new efficiencies? So whether you're on the plant floor or in the front office, definitely you'll be able to act on real-time data from virtually any equipment anywhere. So how do we go about doing it? Basically, we can streamline our data transfer to management and enterprise systems through one of the methods, and that is OPC UA Server, where we eliminate the need for additional intermediate server hardware. And through our software, we can actually just enable a simple yes and no selection, and you will be able to connect to OPC UA directly. And you can select any data tag to make it available to any OPC UA client. And we do have adjustable sampling rate in order to produce communications overhead. If you are in a local environment, definitely within every second, you can actually send data across. But if you're talking about via cloud, then perhaps this sampling rate will be an important choice to select from. So on top of that, we do have the other capabilities, and that's to harness the value of industrial information. How do you go about doing that? We do a trend viewer, and we also have data logging, SQL synchronization, and also cloud connectivity. Basically, in short, with our trend viewer, we deliver operational insights and monitor productivity from anywhere, and we can view the trends from real time, either from your mobile phones, or even from your laptops, or even from PCs. And data logging collects data statistics on any data tag and deliver to any upstream systems. And we can actually address regulatory requirements with cryptographic signature support. And in SQL Sync, we can sync data to system servers for long-term storage, and also to simplify batch and recipe management to ensure the repeatable quality. And last but not least, for cloud connectivity, we are allowing you to have the on-premise or public deployment, where our multi-cloud and hybrid edge to cloud processing can be done, and you can actually read the data off-site or even on-site. So in terms of what we have in FlexEdge, there are two areas that I will be touching on. And first of all, it will be on the hardware, followed by the software. So as you can see that we have two hardwares that's made available, then they are the DA50 and the DA70. So we do have serial port connection, and also at the same time providing Ethernet port connection. But the most important thing of all is that if you can see on the right side of the hardware, there are actually blank slots available for you to include additional communication devices. Communication devices such as 4G LTE, additional Ethernet ports, additional serial communications, and last but not least, Wi-Fi communications from within the hardware itself. So the rest, I think the information is there as a spec. So if you want to know more about this, you can always visit our website, www.redlion.net, for more information. So I'll just move on from here. So in terms of certifications, we do have, as you can see here, the UL Class 1 Div 2, ATEX, and also for Marine, ABS, and DMV, which is planned, currently not available. And in terms of our hardware dimensions, as you can see that it is not really a big device, but rather it is quite compact. The most important thing of all that I would like to bring to you is the communication slats. As I mentioned earlier, these are the additional comms that you can interface with the controller. So basically, these are field installable. And today, should you not require any of this, you can also request for this or purchase this later and add it onto the existing equipment, upgrading the equipment in order to allow them to have either Wi-Fi connectivity, cellular, or additional serial ports for your requirement. And as for cellular, today what we have is 4G LTE, and on top of that, in the future, when 5G is ready for the market, 5G will also be made available for you. So in short, we are actually future-proof. And as you are aware that in one of our hardware, we can actually add IOs. So we actually have 9 different variants of digital input and digital output, analog input, analog output, and PID. But we do have up to 10 modules connected per controller, allowing you to connect to as many I/O points as possible within our hardware. And on top of that, we do have an advanced web server to allow delivering of the insights at the edge. Basically, you actually can reduce your costly site visit, and you can securely monitor and control your applications from anywhere. You can create dashboards directly on the device for insight into operations without the cost of third-party cloud platforms. And we do have full screen display option with mobile responsive pages that facilitates viewing from any device from a web browser. So one of the applications that we have currently is that we do have a success story where there was a robotic arm and it is being interfaced to the SQL server in the automobile production line. So basically, the robot arm is actually connected directly via Ethernet, and it actually goes through our hardware for the purpose of consolidating the data and then being pushed to an SQL server directly. So this is one of our applications. I'm sorry that I could not reveal the details of the company or even the applications detail, but at least you could actually know that our hardware could actually be used in such applications, and not only in this, but rather in other areas that require a gateway or to send the data to an SQL server. So I believe that this is all that I have, and yeah, this is what we could provide in terms of protocol conversion, and at the same time, we could also have data logging and to provide remote access or even remote viewing of the real-time data from anywhere at any place. Yeah. So thank you very much. This is all that I have to present, and I'll pass the time back to the host.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Martin, for sharing about the FlexEdge. It's also very timely with IIoT still in implementation across the country. So, any question for Mr. Martin regarding FlexEdge among our guests? Okay. Anyone interested to explore the FlexEdge? Or now also you can, if you have any questions regarding the Zimmer group also for Mr. Sunil. Okay. No question. Maybe we should just Martin, what are like your latest events or happenings or upcoming new features that you may be promoting throughout the year? Yeah. Or any updates from your side?
Yes, actually, what I have presented earlier, there is actually a new, something new coming soon. So yeah, just keep a lookout at our website, www.redlion.net. And I'm sure that you will definitely be surprised that there are additional functionalities that will be made available for everyone.
Okay.
And it's coming soon.
Coming soon, this end of this year.
Not really say end of this year, but soon.
Okay, that's good.
I can't
Some new
divulge much, but
features.
yeah.
Okay. How about for Mr. Sunil? Maybe before we close out, I think our guests are quite um, shy. Or maybe they have understood your presentations. Anything we have to watch out, Mr. Sunil, for Zimmer upcoming?
We are doing a lot of projects now for the EV vehicles.
EV, okay.
And also for logistics and consumer goods. So anybody has any questions or any interesting projects, they can contact us and we will then support them. Yeah.
Okay. So means the EV vehicles is also still the hot application nowadays. So if among our guests, actually we have seen that Zimmer encompass a lot of industries. So I'm sure one of our guests falls into one of those industries and Zimmer should have the solution for that. So just contact Zimmer also through us, TDS. We can reach out to you also. So I think if there's maybe we go one more round of questions. Come on. Let's make our guest busy. Okay. I think there's not much, and if there's really nothing much, then I think I thank you very much, Mr. Sunil, for your presentation, and Mr. Martin Lui. If you have any final message, I think this is quite a good time now. Okay. Nothing. Okay, few words. Okay, Mr. Sunil, we have here few words for Zimmer Poon team, very supportive team, and about product, it's very super fine quality. Our system's running very well. Oh, we have someone here who's a satisfied user, Mr. Sunil.
Yeah, thank you very much. And we are always there to support you.
Yeah, he's talking about Zimmer Pune team. This one is Pune team.
Pune, okay.
Pune. Is it a location? Is it a...
It's a city. It's a city.
It's a city. Oh, okay. Okay. Which city is this actually?
This is near Bombay. Yeah,
Bombay.
It's a city of Tata cars and.
I see. Okay, so we actually have here a guest from, I would think is from somewhere in the city, yeah? Okay, that's good to hear. Okay, thank you. Okay, if there's nothing much, okay, thank you very much to all our speakers. Thank you very much to all our guests. And we hope to see you again next week. We have a virus eliminating robot and wireless technologies for you. So see you around next Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.